because we forgot the Jack pick is.
The Jack pick was Jack single barrel proof. Big
What's
surprise
proof?
to nobody. 130.
And that
130 proof.
And that is a great buy. And I think we did a review on that before. TJ, feel free to link the video. And if you're finding that in that $55 to $65 price point, that is a steal.
Yep.
And then if you're anything like the stores around me, they try to jack it up to They try to jack it up to like $99 when they have their last couple bottles. So when that comes out and you see it, if you see it in that 55 to 65, buy it. You'll be happy.
Yep. Happy thoughts. So, finals. Kentucky, Tennessee, new kid on the block, super old kid on the block that everybody hates. Should be a good matchup. So we've got New Riff versus Dickel. All right. Let's see what goes.
It's like Peacocks versus Duke here. Like the new team on the block that everyone loves versus the traditional power that people love to hate.
Is that a hint that you're going to choose Duke? Because I can't see you picking the Peacocks.
Oh, man. Got a peacock. Got a peacock.
All right. So it hasn't changed. The New Riff is still buttery, delightful.
Buttery, toffee goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
It's like a Cinnabon, toffee Cinnabon.
I don't get a lot of cinnamon, but I like the
yeah,
toffee.
Not really cinnamon. I just like that, like sweet baked good.
A little butter pecan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like more maybe just a fresh cooked pastry.
Yep.
There you go.
And
like I like the sticky bun aspect because that's generally like caramel and pecans and butterness.
Yeah, and then the palate, you get super sweet note up front, some honey right there, and then it just transitions to the barbecue sauce. This last time I got a little bit of chocolate, I think. So it's on the finish. It's just delightful.
If you have a chance to get a bottle of this, I mean, this New Riff, just count yourself blessed.
While not the two I would have thought got to the end, it is a good matchup.
It's a heavy hit, like just from start to finish, both of these get you. That's where I think some of our other competitors, had the palates, had the finish, maybe had a nose, but like Brian's wild card pick had a nose, but had a palate of grain.
And some of them had good value. And they didn't make it very far.
Well, and then drinking the New Riff next to the Dickel brings out the sweeter notes in the Dickel, which is interesting.
I'm glad you said that, because I actually kind of was like going, I felt like even though, I mean, newsflash, we're all wearing the same shirts. We're recording this right after the Final Four. And I was kind of like, man, I just tasted the Dickel 15 minutes ago, and now it does taste sweeter. And so the complementary bourbon of the New Riff actually is kind of pulling those out.
This is about like the moment when you're like, I want some lunch, and you see a Chick-fil-A and you see a Culver's, and you're like, I appreciate both of them greatly. I would eat both of them right now. But I have to pick one.
Nope. You go to Chick-fil-A and you get a sandwich. You go to Culver's and you get a concrete tie.
I don't know. Have you ever had a Chick-fil-A milkshake? Because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I love their lemon, whatever those are.
So I can, this is a fun story to tell. And because we got time, and if I decide to, I can edit it out. So in college down at Edwardsville, when I was there, my roommate
I thought you were going to tell some stories on me. Whew.
Nope. My roommate and I decided it would be in our best wisdom some afternoon. I don't know why we had the afternoon off, but we did. Oh yeah, I switched to education majors, so I didn't really have classes on Friday. It's great choice, poor career choice, but great college choice. So on Friday when we had the day off, we wrote down the best fast food item from every single fast food restaurant, and then we went around the entire town and got that item and made the ultimate fast food meal. It was a very poor choice in life. Don't do it.
Sounds like that time I had a cheese curd crawl where we went to several bars and just ate cheese curds.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was after about the third one. It's a lot of cheese. A lot of fried cheese.
Like these just feel like poor life decisions that would like not reflect decisions made by someone that goes to like a reputable university at all. And so I feel like this just doesn't match up.
It sounded good at the time. They really did.
And all those
a
life
cheese
choices,
curd crawl.
you don't know.
Let's go to a bar and get the bar food. Better yet, let's get the cheese curds that have been sitting in the back of the freezer for 7 years.
No, Brian, this is Wisconsin. You ever been to Wisconsin and had some cheese curds?
They're good.
Oh, okay.
Like, these are good cheese curds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was curated ahead of time, like pre-sampled, mapped out.
Okay. You had the data.
Had the data. Oh, yeah.
Plus, butterfly effect. Had he not made that decision, he might not be sending you good bourbon. Just saying.
True. Not sure how that relates, but sure. Cause and effect.
Yep, butterfly. All right, gentlemen. I am ready.
I'll be honest. I came into this very closed-minded, and I'm having a very tough time deciding.
I wasn't.
I'm literally like a dad when his kid asks, like, which one of us do you love more, Dad? I don't know.
Which one's going to buy me better bourbon? You know, that's how you decide.
I wasn't kidding when I was kind of just like, tie. All right, so I'm going to start it off.
Okay.
And then let these two like figure it out all the way. So, without a doubt, both deserve to be in the finals.
In the finals.
Exceptional bourbons. You've seen us review these 3 times each. So this is our 4th time. We don't need to go through all the tasting notes again. I will be happy with either one winning, but, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm going to give it to the Dickel for the same reason I continue to give it to the Dickel, which is the overall complexity, the depth, the age on it just moves it through. You're just getting a little bit more. I really like the New Riff. To be honest, the New Riff would probably be more my daily drinker, but the Dickel would be like my Friday night pour something special. So I have to give it to the Dickel.
It's like an overtime game, nail biter. But I think
that's why I asked you to go, because I'm still trying to decide over here. Literally, we're in overtime.
Like, I think the Dickel wins this for me. Like, side by side, for some reason, like the New Riff, like the sweetness is almost just a little bit too overpowering for what I like. And just the complexity of the Dickel, like some of those more traditional notes that are coming through, like, which I know compared to the New Riff, like before, we had some more traditional stuff paired up where it just felt like the New Riff still won. And now it's like some of the more traditional bourbon things that the Dickel offers and just the complexity of it are finally enough to overpower all the goodness, that smoke, that sweet nose, that nice finish of the New Riff. So in a nail biter, Dickel for me wins.
Wow. I don't even matter.
So now he's just going to be like, I was going to say New Riff, guys.
So, like Brian said, overtime. Like literally, I was still in overtime. Like you guys are having conversations. I'm not even listening. And still trying to decide between these two. Yeah. I don't. No, wait a second. No, it's the other way around. You don't listen to us.
Wait, what?
Exactly. Or is that your hearing aid? Turn your hearing aid over. And like I was gonna like every time I try to argue the one way, it's like, oh, the Dickel's more complex. I like the palate. I appreciate it doesn't leave you. I think the new riff just maybe lacks a little bit in the palate, but some of that could be interpreted as sweetness. And then I go back to the new riff, and I'm like, I'm picking up new notes as you get into the mid palate. You get this allspice, a little bit less of what we had been classically calling that smoky barbecue sauce. A little bit less of that sweet molasses, and getting a little bit more of a nutmeg allspice. So it's like both of these bourbons provide you with this depth and complexity that if you're looking to drink something neat, both of these are incredible, really, which is amazing. Like, bravo, guys. Here we are sitting at the end of this bracket challenge. This was a little bit of a budget challenge / it's like we didn't just go out and put in the highest price bourbons. We didn't put in, so this was well balanced from.
We definitely didn't just go by the highest price bourbons. We did not.
Well balanced from price point, from a distillery standpoint, and here we sit with two fantastic bourbons. Can't go wrong.
All right, choose your favorite.
Can I just remain neutral? Can I remain neutral?
Nope, you got to choose your favorite child.
Even Sweden is picking a side these days.
I got to go with my heart. I'm going new riff. I really do. Like I wanted to say, I think it. So the nose I give to the new riff by a slight margin. I think the Dickel gets it on the palate by a slight margin. So there, it's like more or less even going into the finish. And to me, the new riff finish is better.
All right. I never thought I'd see the day that we both choose Dickel and Chuck disowns his favorite child.
I didn't disown it.
That means all the sponsorship checks go to me.
I think we just lost our sponsorship of Dickel, actually, is what happened there.
This wasn't even like, this is supposed to be blind, guys. You aren't even supposed to know.
That nose is so special.
This is the power of bourbon pick, and thanks to my camera, I don't have those fancy Lance cameras. E equals MC squared right here.
Yep. All right.
Are so lucky to get this single barrel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to get ready to do another single barrel. We're doing a Starlight finish in June. It'll be great.
Can we potentially go back to New Riff next year and just say we want the same thing?
No, that's not how single barrels work. But we are going to do.
Could we ask? Could they do it?
You can ask when you go, because we're going to do one barrel pick a year for sure. That's where we're at. After Starlight, I'm game for another new riff pick because I'll finally be out of all my new riff. And you can ask that question along with some of our Patreon members that get to come along. So, all right. Anybody have any ideas what the Dickel is?
No, I'm really at a loss because I was trying to think through the Dickels that you have. So I was anticipating you just went out and bought a Dickel 15, but it could have been what's the lower?
The Dickel 8?
Here? Yeah.
It's not the Dickel 8. That thing is pretty bad.
Yeah, that one.
All right. So
it is a Dickel 15.
It is a Dickel 15.
It is.
This is the first over 100 proof Dickel 15 I have ever seen in Kentucky. So I bought it. It is 108 or 100. Yeah, 100.8.
Oh, 100.
Barely over 100.
108.
So nice. Just barely over. That's why you get a lot of the Dickel notes to it, because if you've listened to us at all, the Dickel 15s are great. The higher in the proof you get, the less Dickel-y notes you get. But that 100 proof point is kind of the transition. So this one's just barely over it, which is why I bought it. It does have a lot of Dickel-y notes, but it is delicious. And a 15-year-old bourbon for $60.
$70. Yeah.
Yes, please. So there we go.
Yeah. So Dickel, like, what are we doing here? Like, we are really trying to get that Dickel sponsorship.
Yeah.
Dickel 15 wins a different Dickel 15. Wins the best whiskey of 2021, and
I mean that's
basically news flash of the channel. Don't pass on a Dickel 15 over 100 proof.
Yeah, that's the reason I bought it, is because it did so well in our best of blind. I couldn't believe it because that thing did not smell anything like Dickel. whereas
And
this
they just
one
leave.
absolutely does. So I had to have one on the shelf. Once again, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. We are 45 people away from breaking 1,000 and being able to do some giveaways that we're really excited about. Chuck just got a new Bardstown #7. He is not opened. I'm willing to give that away to somebody because I don't know if he's going to be able to get to it in time. Like, we'll see. And I've got
It's like,
all of
what do you mean
Brian's
in
bourbon
time?
that he has not picked up yet.
There we
I
go.
mean, I've got a ton of stuff we could just start giving away. On a serious note, one of our amazing Patreon members, Ed Bell, has agreed to put up a Four Roses barrel strength for somebody. So we're starting to get some good
Appreciate that,
bottles. Yeah. We're going to have to do one heck
This
of
is
a
for the
live
1,000
stream.
subscriber celebration. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to have to do one heck of a live stream where we drink entirely way too much. Chuck gives away some bottles. I've got
I got one of these I might be able to give away too.
Yeah. So let's get there.
And
Let's
I have
do
Henderson.
this. Yeah. Losers always get a Henderson. That's how we're going to play this game. So we're excited. Please hit the like, the comment, let us know what we did, but definitely hit that subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Any?
Power of bourbon.